Josh Green here for Tungsten Tales. Delighted to be joined by one of the newer tour card holders, Mr. Willie Borland, back on the tour after just a year away. How you doing, Willie?
I'm doing good, mate. Yeah, happy to be back on the tour. So looking forward to Monday now.
Yeah, and Q School for you really was a bit of a breeze at times, wasn't it? You made it look easy at times out there.
Yeah, I felt like I played consistent. I feel like there was a lot more in the tank. I was always like high 80s, like early 90s averages. I had maybe a couple of bad games, but I felt like I was consistent. But I still think there was definitely room for improvement. But I'm just happy to come through that.
Yeah, I mean, Q School's always incredibly tough. You just have to look around the names that didn't make it through this year, and even names that were stuck on 0 or 1 points, you might have expected to be right up there. Can you just give us a taste of what it's like to be in that room with all those quality players?
Oh no, it's absolutely amazing. Obviously, it's the hardest tournament that any dart player at any level um, will play in. Like obviously, like you've got like the likes of John Henderson, you had like Conan and all that as well. It's it's a tremendous standard to be playing in, but probably one of the most hard cut, brutal tournaments to play in at the same time.
Is the pressure slightly different in something like that rather than walking into a pro tour or a challenge tour or even a TV tournament? Is it a different sort of pressure?
Oh yeah, no, definitely because you've got so many games in one day. Obviously, in the pro tour, you've got so many games, but like I think of Q School as like a challenge tour. There's like 400 odd bodies playing for basically it was 15 or 16 cards, whatever it was. But the longevity of it all, like it's just it can take it out mentally, tire you for days after, and that's definitely cutthroat. But it's completely different to any other tournament. Yeah.
For you, how important was it starting quickly in those tournaments, getting some points on the board? Because that sort of takes the pressure off a little bit in the following days.
Well, yeah, no. As I said, I thought like the first 3 days, sorry, and the first stage, I just went guarantee myself through. Then we'll take it from there. Obviously, it was the second stage where I was what to be, and I just wanted to get the card back. So when I qualified for the second stage, I was just saying to myself like, right, take it as what I can. Obviously, I scraped through the first stage. I was like, take what I can, and then getting to the final the first day, I was like, well, I'm 1 foot in. I just need to keep doing what I'm doing and hope for the best.
How did that change the mindset after that first stage? You say there about just sort of sneaking through into the second stage, and that you then came out of the blocks in that second stage looking like the pressure was off a little bit. Was it at all?
Well, yeah, if you look at the first stage, and it's like without being like disrespectful to like any player that's there, because every player is just as good as and they deserve to be there. But like I feel like I got like really really hard draws when there was more favourable draws. And when I did qualify, and obviously I had to, I think it was 2 games had to go my way. When they did go my way and I qualified, I just thought to myself, well, I know what to expect here because it's like everyone falling off the tour and the challenge tour and like the high development tour players and stuff. I was just saying to myself, well, I've played at a level that I can win these games, so I just need to continue doing that and see what happens. And then obviously after the final, the pressure was off. I just went a couple more points, whatever, or just went outright, and I was guaranteed in. So it was definitely the first day that helped me.
What did you do in the time away from the tour? I know there's so many options these days with what you can do with Challenge Tour and Modus and obviously WDF events. How did you try and get the form back to where you could get back on the PDC Tour full time?
Well, I took a couple of months off. I was just I wasn't disheartened that I lost my card. Obviously, I was gutted, but I just went like obviously like the first maybe 4 or 5 months of the tour was dreadful for me, and then the later on I was losing like with 100 averages, high 90 averages, like 6 5s and stuff, and it was just luck. So I was in a good mindset. Then obviously Q School didn't really go well for me last year. So then obviously like I think Modus has helped me a lot, and obviously the amateur dart circuit. Um, playing playing them like obviously the ADC vaults, like you're playing best of three, like it's total cutthroat, and like no matter what you have to be on your game. And I feel like the first maybe a couple of months in that, I was winning ugly, and like I wasn't playing to my best, but I was still winning. So I was gaining confidence from that, and I was learning a lot about my game. So I've hats off. Like I do think that the ADC and the Modus Super Series definitely helped my game to get me where I am today.
Did you miss being on the Pro Tour, turning up to places like Barnsley and Milton Keynes and Wigan week in, week out?
No, I did. Obviously, I missed it. I was gutted that I never got it back last year at Q School, my card. But I think the year definitely, the way it planned out, it's helped me get more consistent. So I'm hoping now that I can like put the things that I did wrong when I was on the tour the last time I can right all them wrongs and hopefully live a long life on the PDC tour.
You feel like your game's in a better place than it was when you left the tour last time?
Definitely. I feel like, as I said, like winning games when I've not been particular playing well, I've just thought about. I'm thinking like, well, You're going to get these chances in the Pro Tour because, like obviously, not everybody's going to play to the top of their game at all the time. So you have to win ugly sometimes. So, I'll always my mindset now is always thinking that like I've never beat where sometimes if I was like 4-1, 4-1 down or whatever, I'm just thinking, well, it looks like I'm going to be getting beat sooner rather than later. I just need to try my best to come back into the game. But now my mindset has definitely changed, and I feel like I'm stronger minded now and ready to rock and roll.
Everybody will remember you from that incredible 9-darter at Ali Pali against Brad Brooks. I mean, you sort of were really in the headlines around that time. Did you feel like maybe you should have capitalised on that more and on that form and the way you were playing, or?
That definitely. Obviously, it was a good thing that I hit the 9-darter. I feel obviously like not for the obviously like the top 10 players, top 12, say they obviously like before Pro Tours they've got like the World Series, etc. So it was kind of new to me because like I usually enjoy like obviously like, I enjoy spending Christmas time and New Year time with my family and friends. So you usually I was used to having like maybe 2-3 weeks off before having to practice again to get ready for the tour. And obviously after hitting the 9-darter, like basically I was home Christmas Eve. I see my family at Christmas, and then I was just media work all the time. So I never really got a chance to like just to have like a bit of chill time, you know. But now and I felt like I was kind of like mentally tired. So now I'm looking forward to. I know that if I do anything like that again, what to expect, and then I can put that right, and then we can see what happens in the future.
Yeah. What do you want to achieve in these next 2 years? Lots of players look towards staying in the top 64 after the first 2 years, look towards getting in the World Championships. What are your aims?
I'm looking to qualify for the Ali Pali again. Obviously, I want to stay in the top 64 as well. But I believe if I get, obviously, there's still a lot of work to do. I'm still young, so if I get consistently better to what I'm doing just now, like I could be, like I know that I'm good enough to be pushing the top 32. So that's obviously it's easier said than done because there's so many good dart players there. But now I feel like I can be in the top 32, so that'll be a step that I want to be looking after the 2 years.
How much has the game and the tour changed in the last 2 or 3 years, do you think? Because you've got some of the top names are now probably falling slightly in the rankings, and you've definitely got a new crop. Littler's a part of it. Luke Humphries is world #1 now. I think when you left the tour, he was probably outside the top 16. It's changed a lot in the last couple of years.
Oh, definitely. I start like the thing is that obviously you're looking at Peter Wright. He's not playing to the best of his ability at the moment, but he's a guy that could just go bang, click on. Like, you know what I mean? The guys that aren't playing well, it just takes one tournament to change that, and they come back in. But now the younger generation, like what Humphries, as you said, and Littler, obviously Littler is absolutely great for the sport. It's darts is probably the most talked about sport apart from football at the moment, I think. But it's obviously it's good for the sport and stuff. So I'm looking forward to being part of that again, and hopefully I can make my mark and get people talking about me in the sport as well now.
All right, good stuff. Cheers for your time, Willie, and best of luck.
No problem.
First lot of Pro Tours.
Thank you very much, my man. Thank you.